Karmelo Anthony is going to college, and I don't know why, but for some reason, just saying that, it makes me feel like this is the plot of like an early 2000s comedy movie, just because of how outrageous and absurd this really is when you think about it. In a world where a young man can murder someone and then go to college, you know what I mean? For some reason, it's just giving me like early 2000s comedy movie vibes because it doesn't seem real, but it is. And before anyone says, well, this is a positive thing, at least Karmelo is doing something positive with his life, let's not forget, need I remind you, that he killed a kid at a school track meet. I mean, taking someone's life is enough reason not to accept them into your college. But not only did he kill someone, he killed someone at a school event. Why would any college want to accept someone like Karmelo Anthony that literally murdered someone at a school event? Well, I guess Morehouse College, the historic black college in Atlanta, thought that Karmelo Anthony would be a perfect student for them. They figured, you know what? Hey, I mean, he's not the smartest kid. He's not the brightest kid. He's not really that good at football. He's not really talented, but he did murder a white child. And we hate white people over here at Morehouse. Come on in, Karmelo. Come on in. That's basically all Karmelo has done noteworthy in his life, right? He's not getting accepted into college because his grades are outstanding. He shouldn't have even been allowed to graduate in the first place, but they allowed him to because he's black. Every step of the way, he has been getting special treatment because he's black. If you're a black teenager that murders a white kid at school, you can get accepted into any historically black college in America because they love that ish, okay? In order for Karmelo to get into this school, he had to have letters of recommendation and stuff like that from prominent people. And they accepted him in with loving open arms. Now, he's on house arrest still. At least that's what we're told. I wouldn't be surprised if they're lying about that, if Karmelo is just allowed to do whatever he wants, but they want us to think he's on house arrest. So it looks like he'll be taking classes online, at least for now. But I wouldn't be surprised if 2 or 3 weeks from now, a month or two from now, he's actually on campus going to classes. Because they have rolled out the red carpet for Karmelo every step of the way. They have given him special treatment every step of the way. So no, I would not be surprised if they allow him to actually attend classes in person. Because I don't know what it is. Usually, I thought society looks down on murderers. But if you're black killing a white person, it looks like you get, all types of special treatment. Now, I believe that going to this college, even the online classes, it could cost up to like $30,000 a semester. I'm not sure exactly how much Karmelo's parents are paying for him to go to college, but I would assume that it's probably a large chunk out of the money that they raised after he killed Austin Metcalf. Because let's also not forget that they raised over $500,000 simply because their son killed a white kid, right? Now, with that $500,000, they're supposed to be paying for legal fees. Basically, that's it. We know they've gotten into a new house, they're getting new cars, they're getting Amazon packages left and right. We know they've been spending the money willy-nilly, and now it looks like they're spending some of the money to send Karmelo to college. And I think in their minds, they think that this is a good look. Like, hey, our son, he's trying to move on with his life and do something positive. But wait right there. You don't get to murder someone else's child and then just to move on with your life and go to college and act like nothing happened. I think his parents are idiots and the people around him advising him are idiots. And they want this to, to look they want this to be a good look for Karmelo. When it comes time for trial, they want to be able to say, you see, Karmelo's in college, he's trying to do this, he's trying to do that, because they want people to sympathize with him. And some people will, because for one, they're either black and they're racist, or they're white people with white guilt who will sympathize with Karmelo and won't sympathize with Austin. Those people are traitors, and they're the worst of the worst. But I think they want this to look like it's a net positive for Karmelo. See, here he is. He's moving on with his life, going to college. But I think most reasonable people, and there's not a lot of reasonable people out there anymore, will look at this situation in disgust. Like, shouldn't y'all be using this money for his legal defense? You're obviously not taking this case that seriously if you're trying to move on and go to college. You don't get to just move on with your life. It makes me feel like you're not taking this situation as seriously as you should. You don't get to start thinking 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 steps ahead about what you're going to do with your future when it looks like your future should be behind bars for killing Austin. You see, Austin should be getting ready to go off to college. Austin should be the one enrolling in college classes, not Karmelo. You see, Austin actually had the potential to make something of himself. He was actually going to be a productive member of society. Karmelo comes from a shitty family of people who like to play victim and like to grift money off of their son murdering someone, okay? So you can look at his family and say, well, the father's in the household. Yeah, that's a very low bar. He comes from a shitty family, and we know that because how they reacted to this situation. Do you think he was going to go out here and really be a productive member of society? No. Eventually, Karmelo was going to stab someone. Eventually, regardless. It just so happened to be Austin Metcalf in that, under that tent at the track meet that day. But if it didn't happen that day, it would happen eventually because Karmelo had it in him. Now, from the looks of things, Karmelo is actually studying criminal justice, folks. The irony of it all. Every time someone like him, they do something stupid, all of a sudden they want to study to become lawyers and stuff. It's ridiculous. But yeah, he's studying criminal justice. Maybe he thinks that he can get himself off for what he did to Austin. I don't know what's going through these people's minds. I just know it's completely idiotic as usual. And I mean, this is just the latest disgusting thing this family has done. I mean, it's like every couple of months they got to do something ridiculous to draw attention to them. Let's not forget, it was only a few weeks ago when Karmelo's dad was out here asking people to send him gifts to his Amazon gift wish list, because apparently when your child murders a white kid, you get to set up an Amazon wish list for other black racists to send you presents because they're happy that your son killed a white kid. That's how... I hate having to say it over and over again, but you kind of have to make it hit home, because that's the reality of the situation. They set up an Amazon wish list so people who are happy that their son killed a white kid can send them presents from Amazon. And now their son is enrolling in college for criminal justice as if he doesn't have a trial coming up for murdering someone. But at the very least, we're not hearing from Dominique Alexander much anymore, the baby beater, so I'm happy about that. You got to take the positive with the negative, I guess, but I want to hear from you guys. What do you all think about this nonsense? Let me know down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next one.